is the engineered fish-friendly structure by Camden Miller, Keegan Tron, Luke Briley, and J.E. The purpose of the project and points of focus is the purpose is a structure that helps slow down the velocity of water in a waterway while allowing fish to swim through. The main points of focus are erosion, water levels, and movement of wildlife. Erosion is the gradual destruction of something by natural agents. In this case, the project, the focus of is the effect of water flow on stream banks and riverbanks.
So the water level is the height of the water within a system, and our goal is to reduce flow rate within a river while also limiting water level rise. So the movement of wildlife is key for an ecosystem to thrive, and the design of our project must allow fish and other water-dwelling creatures to pass through. So here are some design constraints. So you have to have a maximum of 20 centimeters long and a maximum of 7.6 centimeters wide, and you have to have a minimum of a 2 centimeter thick base. 1/3 of the structure must be 5 centimeters or taller and no taller than 10 centimeters. So it's a miscellaneous constraint. So the openings must be a minimum of 1.3 centimeters wide, and the structure must connect to the flume using a hook system.
All right, so here's our design. Pictured is our final design, but I'll show you our first prototype, which kind of looks like a plate with a bunch of holes with a ton of little pins sticking through, which is basically what it is. We printed a bunch of different shapes and sizes of those shapes, and we went and tested them, and we put them all over and saw which layout worked the best. And based off of the layouts that work the best, we designed this prototype. So this prototype has a bunch of different shapes and utilizes a design that has a lot of holes and stuff to help water flow through while still allowing fish to come through. And it works by, we have the little plate with all the holes. We have this top one, which has pins going through it. And then it attaches with this, which slides over it. And then, based off of how that one worked, we designed this final one, which has a more tapered shape so the water sticks to it and holds nicely while still allowing fish through. That's also modular. A big part of the modular design is that in real life, it's easier to transport something that's modular. So it's a bit more useful to do it that way. Here are some videos of our design in action. As you can see, this is upstream. The water's about 89 centimeters tall. And then you have downstream where it's about 27 centimeters tall. Here is the actual design being tested, and you can see how that water really grabs onto the design and holds nice and tight, which allows fish to swim up and slows the water down.
All right, so here's some of the design inspirations. So as you may have seen in the design, there's something called a J hook, which looks kind of like a J coming out the edge of the structure. And that's a very popular method for slowing down water in streams. And it also helps prevent erosion. And our design, it has a hole in it, which allows fish to pass through as well. And the path of the stream is also very significant because if it's not oriented correctly with the structure, then it could potentially, it's not going to necessarily speed it up, but it's not going to slow it down effectively. And with our design, we oriented it from short ways in the size of the project so that it would more effectively slow it down. And some advice for the incoming freshmen. So you need to start on this project early, get ahead, and you really need to practice your design. So on FEDD day, you know what's going to happen and you're ready and prepared. Here's some pictures, and we got 3rd place.